What do I do with you? Hello? I can carry you? Do I need to carry you somewhere? I don't know. Unless, remember that little, like, the very dark little cabin place? I want to call it like a storm shelter. Maybe we can use that, although I'm not 100% certain where that was. Music keeps changing, that's for sure. I know if I continue up, I'm gonna end up at the lighthouse, or the windmill, I mean. I don't want to do that. I'm afraid to let this little wispy go. Okay, so it can't be this way. Alright, I'm trying to think here. So maybe it wasn't that way. It was down here, and then... it was more up, right? This is like when you need a picture of the map. Oh wait, hold on, here we go. Hello, little ball of light. Oh my god, I can see! I can see! I don't know what that symbol is, but I'm gonna write it down because I don't know if it's important or not. That's 5 little dots. Okay. Idea. Okay, here's something else. This was the upside down pitchfork. 2 little dots. I wonder if we're gonna find like symbols, like the symbols we've been finding, but in what order maybe? Oh wait, I can move. Oh, here's another one. 3 is... okay. Is that the dead bird in there? What I see over on this side. Ooh, we have like an H long thing down the middle, and that's number 1. So 1, 2, 3. We're missing number 4. Wooden figure. Not anything? Huh. Well, at least it stays there, but I'm not entirely sure. Oh! How did that happen? I swear I tried to go over earlier and it would not let me. Okay. We have a square, and that's 6. Oh, there's a lot of blood. And I want to look over here first before we do all that. Okay, we have 4 as the penny, or the cent sign. Number 4. Okay, so we literally have 1 through 6 already. Or whatever that might be. Okay. We're on the island. We're on the island, boys. You know what that means. We have a symbol. Okay, this is our next symbol. Okay, cool. Got it. Alright, let's find this raven. Are you it? What are you doing here? Oh. I'm in shock. I don't even know what to say right now. You see that? Like how there's like that's so cool. Like it's like the little shadow of the key and it's leaving behind like I don't know, it's just really weird. Okay. This is the problem. Don't remember how to get back. So this is gonna be interesting. Never mind, I got it. Alright, it wasn't that difficult. I hope this isn't the end of the game. I want to go back and do that little rune stone. Will it let me go back? I don't want to go in. Okay, yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go back real quick. Because I'm curious. Where are we at? We need to go back up. Should have been down here. Yes. All right, here you are. Now, this one should just be straightforward, I would. Or how? Left? Right? Left? I don't know. I'm gonna write this down. Right? Don't. That was about. But okay. Alright, I wrote it down, so we'll have it if we need it. I have no idea. But that's fine with me. We don't need to know right now. Alright, let's go in here. What is this? What is this? Oh. Oh. Okay. You were the scent sign, and you were 4. Okay. You were the brook horse. I don't have that on here. Like, I don't have the brook horse symbol. Why don't I? Not sure. The myling was number 2. The raven is 3. Which one was the horse? Maybe the horse was the 8. I mean, that works. I guess okay, I guess the brook horse's symbol, to me, on the tree, it didn't look like the upside down little pitchfork. Like, it had a longer middle, but I guess it is supposed to be the pitchfork. Oh, here's the left and right. I know how to do this. Left. I remember reading something about, like, when they would get to the church, like, they would, like, walk around in a circle or walk around the church so many times. So, I guess that's part of the ritual, but let's try this again. Left. But do I just go to these symbols, or do I go completely around? That's what's confusing to me. So do I go, like, here? No, it can't be. It has to be a complete circle, right? It's not doing, like, as a complete circle. Left. There we go. I must have screwed it up the first time. Okay. I was expecting it that time. What's going on here, dude? Boom, boom. What? Oh. Oh, we broke the, and we've broke the wall here. We have broken glass. What? It's too late now? Oh wait, hold on. Okay. It can't be changed? What can't be changed? The future? The past? Time? I don't know if that's what I was supposed to do. That just seemed logical to me. The decision has already been made. Well, I haven't been made aware of the decision. Oh my god. Okay, what in the world is going on here? This is a little challenging here. Okay, I got it. Because it was like, if you would go too far, then it would like draw it back up in there. Okay. You must stop coming here? Oh my god! Are we talking about the woman from the beginning? Like, has she moved on? What am I doing here? I don't love you anymore. I think we're talking about the woman from the beginning. Huh. But isn't this a change of scenery? See the windmill in the distance. But okay. What? Written it down, everything that happened? It can be changed? Alternate ending! Deliver the message. The journal. The secret is hidden. Care about like the login? North of the mill. South of the brook. That doesn't make any sense. Remember a secret. North of the mill, south of the brook. That doesn't make any sense. Walk again. I mean, yeah. Because now I'm curious about this thing now. Because we never figured anything out with the box either, right? Wait. Hold on. North of the mill. We have THE. The O. 6868? Okay. I'll make sure that that's right. Nothing else up here? THEOALM68. Okay. And then south of the brook would be down here. 1894? Or is that... Could that be for this? North of the mill, south of the brook. Look, it's right there. It's right there. So... And then 1894? Oh my god. Oh my god. It worked. This is so weird. Okay. Alright, journal viewer. This is exciting. Hello, new system. Testing photo upload. It works. Should probably be writing here more often. Read about every book on the Swedish folklore there is. Surprised how little has been written about year walking. Need more sources of information. Talk to ES. He suggested some field work might be good, but I feel that I might be 30 years too late. Been talking to elderly folks, eating cookies and drinking coffee. Their knowledge about year walking has been limited, to say the least. Barely any one of them knew what it was. If they did, they had heard stories as children but forgotten the details. Thinking ES sent me on a wild goose chase. Interviews at the retirement home. May I never grow old. The last interview was intriguing, if very brief. Talked to one Astrid Jansen. She was over 100 years old, clear at times, did not know a lot about folklore, but she did claim that her grandfather's brother had once year walked. Sadly, she did not know his name. He had died many years before she was born. Might have to look into it. Her maiden name was Svensson, which leaves me with a lot of possibilities. She was born in Vedtorp, maybe? I don't know. And I can only hope that her grandfather was as well. More interviews, nothing worth mentioning. Professor Asp called today. He hinted that the faculty wanted to take part in my research. Followed up on my visit to the retirement home. In the early 20th century, there were 6 households in Vedtorp with the surname Svensson. According to the church book, Astrid was born in 1913. Her grandfather was named Carl Frederick. He had 2 brothers. One died in 1942. The other brother, Daniel Svensson, died in 1895. Since Astrid said that her great-uncle died before she was born, Daniel is the one that supposedly year-walked. A miller apprentice going to the library to check out old newspapers today. Looked for reference of Daniel Svensson in old newspapers. I'm grasping at straws. Let me just take... This is so freaking cool. This is this is so cool. Okay. Alright. Another day at the library. Nothing of interest. Bored. I'm about to give up. Excited! The newspapers finally mentioned a Daniel Svensson. He was apparently arrested for the murder of a young woman in Vedtorp. Information is scarce. Her name was Stina Nilsson, and she was a miller's daughter. Her body was found on a field outside of the village. She had been stabbed multiple times. The library should be open longer. Hope I can find any reference to his supposed year walk. Are we Daniel Svensson? Because this is sounding too familiar to the end of the game with the woman found in the field. Okay. A motive behind the murder seems to have been jealousy. Not many details. Apparently, Stina was going to marry Lucas Tapper. She was on her way home from Lucas's parents when she was intercepted by Daniel. She was found the following morning, just 17 years old. I feel a tad guilty about my excitement yesterday. After all, there is a great tragedy behind all of this. We're Daniel. Okay. The press seemed to have lost interest in the case after a while. Found nothing today. Maybe ES can tell me something. Had a long talk on the phone with ES. The murder case was unknown to him. He had, however, spent a lot of time in Vedtorp during the 60s when he studied folklore in the area. There had been a rather peculiar runestone that seemed to predate the Viking Age. ES claims that there was a definite connection between the symbols on the stone and year walking. He could not tell how. Wanna check it out. Went to the library again, in case I missed something about Daniel. Indeed I had. Found another article. Feels upset Her feeling upset and a little bit sad, borrowed the article just in case. Perhaps there is more to learn about Daniel. Booked a hotel room in Vedtorp. Arrived at Vedtorp. It's a small place. One street cuts through the village. It's a rather depressing place. To be fair, the weather could not do any place justice. The hotel is empty besides me and a group of dog toy manufacturers who are a bit on the noisy side. Must ask chef for a veal recipe. Got a map from the hotel owner, excited about the archive. Have the feeling that I will find something major. Just got back from the archive, an interesting place. Sadly, it's only open 4 hours a day. It's understandable since I was the only visitor. Possibly found the files I need tomorrow. Reading and lots of it. I knew it. The archive had exceeded my wildest dreams. On New Year's Eve, year 1893, Daniel Svensson did indeed yearwalk. The court records refer to his yearwalk at several occasions. I have just started to scratch the surface. There must be beliefs hidden amongst these papers that have been forgotten for ages. Amazing. This is by far the latest record or recorded yearwalk. I hope I'm excused for borrowing the file from the archive. They gave me little choice since they are closed during the weekend. Could not sleep last night, too excited by the files. Much of the records are of legal nature, but there are relevant passages. Daniel claimed he knew that he would murder Stina after seeing it in a vision on his yearwalk. Sadly, the scribe has not bothered to take it all down and occasionally just refers to it as ramblings of a madman. Poor boy. There are certain elements that are new to me. Must write them down in detail later on. Need fresh air. Daniel's cabin, oh my goodness. Solsorten, okay, is briefly mentioned in the protocol. We'll ask around about it. Hope it still exists. Oh, there's the box. Drove around for hours in the forest today. There are woods to get lost in. Asked for the directions from every local. Most people never heard of the cabin. Was about to give up when I met an old man. His aunt lived there till the 60s. From then it had 3 different owners that used it as a summer house until the mid-80s. The last family that owned the cabin only stayed there one summer. Their 5-year-old son drowned in a brook nearby, and after that they never returned. Nobody has lived there since. The old man's nephew owned the land. I asked the old man if I could pay it a visit. He did not think there could be anyone that would mind. The cabin is situated deep in the forest. No sign, no roof, just a narrow path. This was the place where he started his yearwalk over 100 years ago. Felt overwhelmed by the thought. Could not enter. It's a lonely place. The only other building I could find in the area was an underground storehouse. That's where we were. Okay. Guess it might have belonged to the cabin. It was too dark to see anything, but I can imagine there would be anything of significance in there. On my way back to the car, I found this strange box. What an odd thing to leave in the middle of the forest. Seems to be in more or less mint condition. Could not resist taking it. You took it? Tonight I need whiskey and lots of it. Went to Vedtorp Church today. It's a small white stone church built in the 12th century. This place where the church stands has been used for worship even earlier than that. According to the priest I met, he showed me around the premises. Put a bouquet of flowers on Stina's grave. Seemed appropriate. The almost unlikely sober epitaph read, "In memory of our loving daughter, Stina Nilsson, 1877 to 1894. Her cries for mercy could not sway his hand." Pressing. Search for Daniel's grave. But there was no stone, and according to the priest, there probably never was. The gravestone E.S. told me about are gone. The priest is not sure where they are or when they disappeared. Weather has been unreasonably bad. Spent the day at the country archive. Had trouble concentrating. Tried to locate a photograph of Daniel Svensson, but no luck. The clerk explained that a lot of the stuff was lost when the files were moved from the regional archive back in 1976. Apparently, there was another murder case in Vedtorp in the early 1890s. Elisa Rasmussen drowned 4 infants in a creek. She was an angel maker who received foster children from poor unmarried mothers. Lisa promised to find the babies good homes in exchange for a hefty sum of money. This was all a charade. As soon as the mothers had paid what little they owned, she drowned their children in a nearby creek. All files from the trial have been lost. Outrageous. I think I'm done with the archive. Been thinking a lot about that church. Strange day. The runestones E.S. talked about is not marked on any map. Talked to the man at the service station. He drew me a rather primitive map. Searched for the stone for a long time, almost gave up, found it at last, felt compelled to touch it, had the strangest sensation of looking beyond. Beyond what? The feeling lasted for quite some time. Heading back tomorrow. Wish I had more time. The stone is old, might predate Christianity, but I fail to see how it connected to year walking. Could not resist stopping by the church on my way home. Walked around it for a bit. It's a pretty church, not remarkable, but there is something about it. I feel like the church and the stone are connected somehow. Found the box when I unpacked. Had almost forgotten about it. It seems to have some lock-like construction, but I have yet to understand exactly what it is or how to open it. It reminds me of one of those puzzle boxes. The wheel with the symbol suggests it's opened by entering a password. It must be old. Maybe ES knows something about it. Decided not to tell ES about the box. He might not appreciate that I took it with me. He's always nagging me about ethics. Busy week, classes and meetings. This faculty is really getting in the way of my research. Feeling a bit strange. I've had weird dreams ever since I came back from Vedtorp. Dreamt that I was in a vast wasteland. I was searching for the keys to my locker together with Jenny from high school. We laughed and dug up sand. Suddenly the sky lit up and Jenny pointed to a simple constellation of stars. She whispered in my ear to never forget it. I asked her what it meant, but she was dead and her bones were withered and old. Woke up and have been feeling rather queasy ever since. So, is that our first symbol? Is like the triangle? Maybe? Read an account of the year walk by a man named Romadel in an old book I came over in the used bookshop. Romadel's story is little more than a tall tale about, or told by a drunken oof. Most of them seem to be. Daniel's sticks out. It haunts me. Had a lecture on year walking. Several faculty members attended it. They ridiculed me in front of the students. Another strange dream. Was doing my homework, was stressed because the oil lamp was running out of oil, and when it did, the pale horse outside my window would come inside. The lamp burned out and everything went black. Woke up soaked in sweat. Okay. Must remember to buy groceries. Fiddled with the box. I have no clue how to open it. Frustrating. What jealous, small-minded, greedy creatures the faculty members are, and they will undoubtedly create small-minded, jealous, and greedy students. Don't feel the need to share any of my research with the faculty anymore. They don't deserve to read something that my hand has written. They would not understand anyway. The thought of what is inside the box is like an itch that can't be scratched. I've searched for references to anything about it, but I have found nothing that resembles it at all. Having more strange dreams, something happened in those woods. Is year walking a mere vision quest? Are the visions brought on by lack of light and food? Yes, believe so. Not so sure. Dreamt of the rune stone. Was in the forest outside Vedtorp. Mrs. Bowman was walking up to me. I was very afraid. She said that I had been a bad boy and broken the rules. Before I could defend myself and tell her that I had not meant to be naughty, she withered into dust. Found myself in front of the rune stone. The Grimm's eyes glowed at me. Woke up. Find myself thinking of the stone. What does it mean and how is it connected to year walking? What did people do in those woods? It's like, okay. Do not feel like sleeping tonight. Drinking coffee and watching TV. If I stay awake, those dreams will stay away. Could not understand much of my students' presentations today. Must sleep. Someone is watching me all the time. Got an email reminder to deliver the text for the games. Wrote 7 or 8 pages. Hopefully it's enough. Waiting. Don't know what for what. Have a feeling that something is on its way. Received an odd email today. Oh, that's the half circle. Got over 1,000 of these during last night. The emails seemed to have stopped when my inbox was full. Don't know what it could mean. Maybe it's a prank by my students, but they seem too unimaginative to come up with something like this. Don't think it will end here. Is this some kind of threat? Called the priest, told him of my plight. He said that the Vedtorp sometimes had strange effects on people when it rarely lasted. Do not think he understands. I was going to ask him about the box, but decided to hang up when he suggested I should see someone. Woke up last night, heard baby screams from beneath the floorboards, panicked, managed to pry up some of the floorboards, the screaming stopped. The Watchers, the Night Raven, the Holdra, the Brook Horse, the Church Grim. There might be others, cannot be sure. Can they disguise themselves? Maybe they can read my mind. The Watchers. Because they watch. That's what they do. But is it all they do? Yearwalk equals system error? Yearwalking works, but it was never meant to. It's against the rules. The universe blinked its eye, and someone crossed all barriers that are known to time and space. The Watchers are watching, but who are watching the Watchers? How can you bend time and space? Oh, this is interesting. So you're basically making a rift in time and space. Oh. Got in a heated argument with ES. He is surprisingly scornful of my theories. Must remember that he is an old man and he might not be as open to new ideas any longer. He claims that it is impossible to gaze into the future. The future is not set. Nothing happens until it happens. Of course, it's impossible to look into the future according to logic, but I'm not sure they are playing according to our rules. The Watchers are more than they appear and less. They are real, yet they are unreal. They do not exist in the manner that is this table and this chair exist. How do I know these things? Are they my thoughts? Am I writing this? I certainly did not draw this, but yet it's right there in my notebook. Watchers, or antibodies? Daniel broke the rules and he was punished. Held another lecture, the last one for a long while, it seems. Been decided that I need a break, but it matters not. Have more important things to do. I've been an idiot. Someone is playing with me. These shapes, it's the same as the box. Did someone see me take it? Tried the symbols I have received, but the box remains shut. There must be more coming. Woke up last night. The telephone rang. Answered. Could not hear anyone. Hung up. Rang again. Answered. Could hear someone speak on the other side. Could not make out what they were saying. The voice was too far away. Hung up. It kept ringing. Cut the cord. Bought whiskey, bought food. People stare. Don't want to go out there again. Too many know who I am. If you break the rules, there will be consequences. Wish I had not cut the cord to my phone. Need to hear a human voice. Don't dare to go out. At first, I didn't even notice one of the paintings in my living room had been replaced. It must have happened during the 30 minutes I slept. Cannot let my guard down. Someone was here or something. Will the antibodies come for me? Am I a virus in the eye of the universe? Okay, this is just like, so, oh, this is fascinating. So he thinks that he's like an antibody, as in like, he knows too much, we must get rid of him kind of way. But it's getting to the point now where like, he doesn't want to go outside. He's shutting himself off. He's not being able to speak because he cut his phone. He's probably gonna start starving himself because, I mean, he's, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't just survive on whiskey. Oh, this is interesting. It's like he's gonna do a year walk himself. Boarded up the balcony and all the windows. Nothing can come in now, I hope. Yeah, aka light. You're gonna, yeah, you boarded up your house into a dark room, okay? Shouldn't be possible, but someone was here again. I'm definitely being threatened. There was a knife on my kitchen table. Old, but sharp? I realize that the knife is his. We are connected. The church is central to this, and yet it is not. Perhaps the church itself is not important, but rather the energy of this place. Perhaps the gate is always there, but it's not a gate. Gates are meant to be opened, or closed. This is a rift in the fabric of the very existence of everything. But why allow it? Why does the universe, or God, or someone not shut the gate? If we're not meant to do it, why let us? I can hear the heart of the universe beating. What is happening? I feel like a worm under a big foot. Or a big boot. I mean, a big foot makes sense too. I feel the shadow hanging over me, waiting to get crushed. She sings and I shall follow. She is trying to fool me, that I know. But I must get closer to her because then I can get closer to the key that leads to the heart of it all. I didn't steal the box because it begged me to take it with me. Daniel survived all the watchers sent by the universe. He was lured by the temptress, brought the innocents to the pale horse, unearthed the parasite, and finally faced the master of them all. But yet he was destroyed. Could it have gone the other way? Was he doomed from the start? Am I doomed? Is the future set, or can it be altered? Must help him. It's the right thing to do. There is a bond between us. Might have figured it out. 5 watchers, 5 symbols, which mean there is one more coming. So tired. Can't seem to hold my thoughts for any period of time. Should probably eat more often, but I must resist. It's important that I come prepared. So not eating, yep. The heart beats stronger, but I will break it and see beyond everything. In the end, it was the nature of man that got Daniel. Must free myself of all desires, that's how they get you. Can love really be a weakness, or is it a strength? And the poor girl. It just seems unfair. Is there anything I can do? If the future can be altered, why not the past? Am I playing the part of the fool in the cosmic play? And if so, to what purpose? Disconnected the microwave oven, just in case. Feeling absolute terror at the possibility that there is no purpose, no rhyme, no reason to any of it. Why me? The only way I can help him is if I break the rules. It will come at a price, but what do I care if I rise above it all? Saw her lifeless body. She's beautiful, even in death. I've been crying ever since. It all seems so needless, so cruel. Ready for anything. Don't care anymore. It's finally here, the last one. Woke up with this on my palm. Tried to wash it out. It's a tattoo. Tested them in all different kinds of combinations, but I could not figure out how to do it. I must sleep. I will open that box tomorrow. Of course, so simple. Rotate the wheel and release when the symbol aligns with the grim, in the order they were delivered to me. But why was it empty? I thought it was Daniel all along. I thought he was here. But it cannot have been he who sent me the password. It doesn't make sense. If the box was empty, it means it must be filled. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, I still do not understand who sent the symbols. If it was not the boy, then it must have been the Watchers. But why? Are they toying with us, helping us in some perverse, twisted way? From the get-go, he was doomed. They got him at the very thought of year-walking, but I think the girl can be saved. I put everything he needs in the box and locked it. I will leave it where I found it, where all of this started. In my mind, or if my mind is set on this, does it mean that I am doomed too? The rift is open. It wants me to go through. Packed my things. I wonder if I will come back. Soul Sortin. It's cold here. Wish I could light a fire, but I must do it right. Surprised how calm I feel. Only hours remain. It's midnight. Look at the date, January the 1st. And that's it. There's no more pages. Alright, so we have the symbols. Like, we know in what order that they went into, so let's give this a shot. Alright, so be this one. Then this one. Okay, January 21st. Yesterday morning, Vedtorp killer Daniel Svensson was executed at something prison. He was found guilty for the heinous murder of young Stina Nilsson last year. The death sentence has been criticized by the highly renowned Dr. Helmer Lundback, who has stated that Daniel is suffering from an abnormal psyche. He seems to have problems discerning past from present and has visions of terrible creatures. Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Something not uncommon among schizophrenics. Daniel cannot be held accountable for his actions and should be given treatment at an institution for the criminally insane. The execution was performed by Gustav Dahlberg. This was his 4th execution. Last year, he was to perform the execution of the notorious Lisa Rasmussen, who was charged with the murder of 4 infants at Vedtorp, but who took her own life before the sentence could be carried out. Security had been improved greatly since. Daniel's Finson was composed during the whole process. Besides the slightly shaking hand so common among the criminal type, you could not tell Daniel from any other young man. He sobbed loudly once when he laid his head down low, but quickly regained his composure. A quick prayer and a swift, powerful stroke, and it was over. According to the attending priest, Graneth, Daniel's last words were, "I should have killed myself, then none of this would have happened." You are long dead when I write this, and I have not yet been born. Yet we have a connection beyond life, death, space, and time, the impossible made possible by year walking. But the Watchers always win. Even though you've not passed through the rift yet, they sense the urge, and they want their sacrifice. I wish there could be another way. I am sorry, but for her there is still hope. You can save her. You know what you must do. So my question is, do you think that he actually did save her, or do you think like it really was just like a comical joke of like you can't change you can't change the future or the past? You can't change it, like it's already set. Because even though he knew what might come, obviously by reading that article, he had yet to go through the year walk. So, I don't know. I mean, I would hope that he would have made a better choice. But then again, I don't know. It's more of a that's a question that is beyond. Like, you know what I mean? Alright, well that is the end of Year Walk. I really enjoyed this game. It really did help though, knowing the backstory behind what the ritual of a year walk was. I think that definitely benefited, although I really appreciate the encyclopedia here, which kind of gives us the backstory to some of this stuff. Very, very good though. I have nothing bad to say about this game. I enjoyed every single bit of it. I'm already a big fan of folklore in general, so that definitely helps, but I love the creepy aspect to all of the stories, and even the jump scares. Although I did hit my arm a couple of times, it was it was still very fun to play. So yeah, of course I'm gonna leave this game linked down in the description below if you would like to check it out, which I highly suggest that you do. But as far as I go, this is gonna be it for my playthrough. So I hope that you guys did enjoy. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll see you guys all again next time. Goodbye.